A dynamic dream was dreamt as the dreamer demised. Dedicated and dutiful beings came together to make the dream into a reality. This is the humble story of how that dream was realized.
The year was 2012, month February. Two trainee graduates of Samsi College of Education, Tenzin Dorji and Kelzang Chodin, traveled this very way and started their teaching careers at Lungtenggang Primary School. They went to the school with their wish to explore and experiment a life in a remote area and a rural school. As they started teaching English to their children, they began to realize that they were unable to support them. Their children had very poor English, even though they emphasized on morning speeches, literary activities, collaborative teaching, extra grammar classes, early morning studies, evening self-study, and much more outside of the routine classroom teaching. It seemed like none of them brought the desired improvement in their children. They soon ran out of ideas, and it almost seemed impossible to provide the required knowledge to their children. One day, an idea struck them. The idea was to have their students exchange letters with a sister school in an urban area like Thimphu or Paro, assuming that the urban children would be better at English there. They proposed the idea to Thimphu Primary School. The school gladly accepted the idea, and soon their children started writing to the children of Thimphu Primary School. The idea worked more brilliantly than they ever expected. Their children not only learned about letter writing, but were immensely drawn into learning English and exploring English beyond their textbooks. Madam Kelzang lovingly read all the letters that her children sent to Thimphu Primary School and the letters that her children received from Thimphu Primary School. One night, as she was reading the letters just received from Thimphu Primary School, she shared a discovery with her husband. She said, "Tenzin, I think the way of thinking between rural children and urban children are very different, right? Their curiosities in life are very different, and their perspectives of life are very different. Yet, they are all Bhutanese children. Wouldn't it be a great idea if we planned a winter camp to bring them together? I think it would at least bridge their differences. Or maybe they could at least learn from each other's differences through friendship and love." After that evening, they excitedly pondered and deliberated on the idea. They planned on the camp. They envisioned that the first camp would happen in the winter of 2013. They planned it out on a small scale with the children of Lungtenggang Primary School and Thimphu Primary School. However, by mid of 2012, Madam Kelzang began to suffer from an unknown illness, which was later diagnosed as tuberculosis. 15 months passed. They toiled through the very forest and this way to make frequent visit to hospitals. Madam Kelzang was required to take high dosage of TB drugs and had to endure painful injections. Her condition got worse with each passing day. However, they remained hopeful that she would be all right someday. On the 17th of August 2012, Madam Kelzang gave up all her hopes. She told her husband, "I think I will die tomorrow. 2 days later, at 3:30 p.m., she passed away. Tenzin Dorji in this story is me. Late Kelsang Choden was my wife. She still is my wife. Very sadly, her vision of turning the later exchange program into a winter camp remained unfulfilled within her lifetime. However, I knew what she dreamt of. I knew what she wanted to do as a teacher. And I knew how ardently she wished this winter camp to happen. With my profound respect for her life spent with me, and my respect for a colleague's noble dream, I wanted to fulfill her dream. I wanted to fulfill Camp RUF. And that is how Camp RUF was born.
This is a journey, walking forward with no worries. Not to reach the peak, but to love the jungle. Its valleys hold.
Not crossing streams and rivers, but to love the flows and ripples. Not just to meet people, but to make a few more friends.
Not to reach the finish line first. Go on together till the end. Rural or urban, doesn't even matter. You're my friend and you're my ladder. Hand in hand, trust and lift each other up. Learning to love here at camp. Are you back?
Hi, I am son of Tenzin Wangchuk. I am one of the 111 children campers who attended Camp RUF 2014. 50 of us were from 9 different schools in Thimphu and 61 of us were from 17 different schools in Dagana. All of us had different stories and different backgrounds, but after meeting, we embraced each other with pride and happiness. We became a family and we cried a lot too as we bid farewell to each other. Sorry, I think I am jumping directly to the end. Let me first share about what is Camp RUF. Camp RUF, Rural Urban Friendship, is an educational recreation camp held in a rural setting. For school-going youth across Bhutan, it is a 10-day civic education program designed to bring together children of rural and urban areas of Bhutan in order to bridge differences and learn from each other with bonding, friendship and love. With this unique vision, the preparation works for the first Camp RUF started at the beginning of 2014. I heard that Camp RUF volunteers and facilitators worked very hard even before the camp began. The teams were formed, proposals for funding were made, consultation with various departments and agencies were made, a thorough plan was drawn, coordinate meetings were held, advertisement in the media was made, students were recruited, safety measures were put in place, necessary materials were procured, and a unique curriculum was developed. People from all walks of life and from various places around the world started contributing to our cause. Camp RUF became a platform of human generosity for the education of children across Bhutan like me. And by the end of December 2014, we began the first camp, which was held at Lungdengang Primary School in Dagana. A noble idea envisioned by late Kelsang Choden when she was teaching there. It was chosen as the campsite because today, almost all of the youth programs in Bhutan happen in urban areas. But this camp was different. Camp RUF was set in a serene rural setting surrounded by nature and villages. And that made a huge difference and positive impact on the campers. Meanwhile, the camp was managed by 43 remarkable adults, of which some were senior educators, principals, teachers, volunteers, health workers, and farmers. They procured things, set the campsite, prepared meals, supervised campers' health, and helped the activities flow smoothly. They worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that the facilitators and caregivers could create the best learning experience for the campers. Together, the facilitators, caregivers, and management team formed the glue that held Camp RUF together in its success. So now that you know a little bit more about the camp, let me tell you all about the camper experience. What I did and learned each day. The prompt for our first day read, "This is the way we welcome." We spent the day hiking to the campsite with Dagana's Dasho Zonga, who inaugurated the camp and met our rural campers. It was full of fun icebreakers, a bonfire, and other introductory activities like welcome speech. Day 2. How special can my new friend be? We spent our second day engaging in fun group learning activities that address being a good friend and developing strong relationships. We exchanged gifts too. Joyous Julie Chapman was the facilitator of the day. We also formed our family units with a loving caregiver who helped and guided us. The caregivers were charismatic Karma Sonan Hakso, angelic Anisha Rai, passionate Pem Soki, keen Karma, Jolly Jigni, mindful Mon Badu Sanet, soothing Sonan Somo, unfathomable Ugin, and tireless Sewang Norbu. At night, as we would start doing every night, we watched some photos from the day, wrote in our diaries, and shared about our experiences. Day 3 was about how beautiful can a life be when I learned to appreciate self and others. This day was facilitated by Karen Clint Chapman, and it was a day dedicated to empowering us campers to appreciate our own and others, multiple intelligences, all the different ways of being smart in this beautiful life. The activities included a nature and agriculture, scavenger hunt, math logic puzzle, human knot, once upon a time storytelling activity, maintain the musical rhythm game, and so much more. At night, storyteller Nice Nina told us old folk tales and jokes which we all laughed. On the fourth day, we were taken outside of the campsite to help others. We spent the day to attend to Up Pinso, a local farmer who requested us to help him take apart his old house and build a new one. Back at the campsite, we were asked to answer the day's prompt. How happy can I be after helping someone in need? I can definitely say that I was happy. Our next day was total fun. In the morning after waking up, we had some fun morning drills, and then prompt for the day asked, "Can I dance like my friends?" Throughout the rest of the day, we created a variety of Bhutanese, Tibetan, Hindi, Nepali, and Western dances and performed them during a high-energy, culminating concert. You can actually see here how much fun I had, though I found it a bit difficult. This day was facilitated by trustworthy Thiring Palgan and spontaneous Sonamyandu. Our sixth day at the camp started with a meditation and mind control session led by Khenpo Sonam Bumnan. Afterwards, we left the campsite for a unique opportunity for us to experience rural hospitality. We learned directly from different village families about their daily tasks, their indigenous knowledge, and their lifestyles. As an urban camper, I began to see rural areas as places of learning and growth. Answered our day's prompt. What is the beauty of being a farmer? 7th day. How can I be empowered to be the change I wish to see in the world? On this day, our fascinating facilitator, dedicated Diki Shodan, took us through the Design for Change process, in which we ourselves felt problems, imagined solutions, took some action steps, and shared our results. On the 8th day, we were asked a question: what is education? We spent the day reflecting, thinking deeply on the lessons we learned throughout the camp. After facilitator, thoughtful Tim Hong, asked us some good questions, we then created our own ways of expressing what we personally believe education is to us. It became a beautiful booklet of quotes in the afternoon. Facilitator Nurturing Namge Pem taught us how to make fun, arts and crafts. On the 9th day were the prompts: how can I gratify this village? We thanked the whole village by spending a day with them. It was a fun culminating day where we hosted a festival filled with games, food, showcase performances, and many more for the villagers who were so kind to host us during our stay there. I spent my whole day with my host family, where I met my little sister, Youngchin. Finally, there was a traditional village see-off on day 10. The prompt read, "This is the way we bid farewell." It was a painful departure, saying goodbye to all our friends. We had endless tears.
There has been a very short moment here. 10 days wasn't enough for us to befriend and embrace each other. But this is not the end. It's my earnest request that you take with you your friends, you take with you the moments you spent here, you take with you the friendship you built here. Keep writing to each other, continue whatever you have started here. This was not just a program to pass your time. You should understand that very well. And until and unless you reach home safely, I'll pray for a very safe journey. We will keep in contact. You have our numbers. You know where we stay. You know our addresses. Keep writing. I'm not sad because we are departing. Departure and coming together is part and parcel of life. I have understood that the very moment when my wife left only memories of her with me. I'm only sad because this 10 days was not enough for us to understand that we can make friends no matter where, even if you are from rural or urban. You have honored my wife's soul by being here, making your presence in this first ever Camp Rur Urban Friendship. I will never forget you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I have no gifts to present you. I have nothing to give you except for my heartfelt Kadrinche. Kadrinche, everybody. Safe journey.
So you see what I meant when I initially said that you cried a lot. It was indeed a fitting conclusion for a camp that changed all of our lives. After the camp, some of us reflected on the experience. Let me start with me talking about the camp. In this way, the 10 days camp of discovering self through reflection, working with peers, building strong interpersonal relationships, understanding the beauty of organic life of a farmer, appreciating the unappreciated, engaging in dance and song to build community, journeying through the serene nature, volunteering to help others, contemplating peace, being the change you want to see in our world, and understanding the value of education, educated hearts of the campers, like Kug and Tashi, who bonded very well and very quickly, and started learning from each other in an authentic way. The seed of friendship that was sown bore beautiful fruit as the children continued keeping in touch with their respective friends long after camp. The memory that they created in 10 days camp was to last forever.
To all our dear supporters and dear viewers, I send my heartfelt gratitude. Thank you very much, Kadunche. With this, I would like to assure each and every one of you that Camp RUF is here to stay. With the completion of first camp and the post-camp activities in action, we have started planning for the next camp, which will be held at the end of 2015. With such strong support from Ministry of Education and the general public, we can only build on the successful first camp. We also hope to see the same and continued support from each and every one of you. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you on behalf of my late wife. I would like you all to know that late Kelsang Choden thanked you all through the dreams I had. Camp Rural-Urban Friendship was her dream, which I initially thought was necessary to be fulfilled. But now I see it more than that. It is not just a dream to be fulfilled. It is a dream to be lived. It has been dreamt for the children of our nation, and the camp will continue to educate their hearts for a more unified and loving Bhutan. Thank you very much, Kadunche.
Today, Tenzin Dorji continues to teach English to various grades of students at Dagapala Middle Secondary School in Dagana. He recently married again. He says that he has been blessed with 2 wives, late Kelsang Choten and Kezang Wangmo. He dreams to see Camp RUF grow into a fully established organization one day, a movement that educates the hearts of infinite numbers of youth across Bhutan. While he lovingly cherishes the memories of his past, he has moved forward with his life, working towards fulfilling his dreams of a brighter future. Camp RUF believes that in addition to the content knowledge imparted in the schools, it is equally important to educate our children about their innate potential and instill in them a love of discovering lessons about life beyond textbooks. With the growth of rural-urban migration resulting in a vast difference between the way urban students and rural students view their lives, it is of utmost necessity to let our children realize how well they can learn collaboratively regardless of their differences.
I can and you can, and together we can be the change in the world. I can and you can, and together we can be the change we want to see. Feel, imagine, do your part. Feel, imagine, do your part. I can and you can, and together we can be the change in the world. Ngagi da chegi be, natiera gibe, something true was again. Ngagi da chegi be, natiera gibe, to resounding again. So
a journey, walking forward with no worries. Not to reach the peak, but to love the jungle. Its valleys hold.
Not crossing streams and rivers, but to love the flows and ripples. Not just to meet people, but to make a few more friends.
Not to reach the finish line first. Go on together till the end. Rural or urban, doesn't even matter. You're my friend and you're my rider. Hand in hand, trust and lift each other up. Learning to